Walt Disney said the way to get started is to quit talking and to start doing. What does that have to do with your leadership? Well, you're going to find out in a few seconds because this is your weekly kick. Hey, good morning. Welcome to your weekly kick. Today it's 35 below. There's not much wind, but it's still pretty frigid out here. I've got this great suit that I wear in winter. It's a set of heavy bib overalls and a heavy jacket. It keeps me warm. The only thing that usually gets cold are going to be my hands. Why am I wearing it today? Well, that's a good question. I'm starting to wonder the same thing. The reality is, but that's how most of us approach our leadership. We learn things. We go to seminars, we go to workshops, we take webinars, we read books, we read articles, and then we leave it sit on our shelves or in the back of our heads, or we forget it. And that's where we leave it. Today's weekly kick is about how do we execute on the things we learn. I'll be right back. I need to get that suit on. Well, that's better. I feel way warmer. Now we can keep going. What I was saying was, we take a lot of leadership courses, we read, we learn, we hear from people who know what they're doing, but we don't put it into practice. The value of those courses, the value of the material that we learn, at that point becomes zero. We need to put things into practice. We need to execute on the things that we learn and the things that we know we need to do. That is one of the most important attributes of a good leader, that they can take ideas, they can take concepts, they can take things that they know need to get done and make sure it happens. Time after time after time. Consistent execution is one of the most important tools and skills we can put into practice and develop as a leader. The next 3 weeks, we're going to cover the 3 keys to creating consistent execution in your leadership and my leadership. So hopefully it's a little bit warmer by the time I get around to doing this next week, because this is pretty brutal and I'm kind of getting tired of it. But once we have warm clothes like this, it's not so bad. We can do it. The same is true with our leadership. Once we start putting the tools and the skills and the principles into practice that we've learned and execute on them time after time after time, it changes our leadership. The things that felt onerous, the things that felt like were impossible for us to do, all of a sudden we can do them consistently and effectively. And our leadership and our companies and our crews are going to change dramatically. Have yourself a good week. We'll talk to you next Wednesday, hopefully a little bit warmer weather.